Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here, coming to you from Kansas City, right downtown. It's kind of chilly. I have my hoodie on today. I actually am wearing flip-flops and shorts though. It's supposed to warm up a little bit, which is nice because I've been in some colder weather and in some snow the last few days. And the reason I'm in Kansas City is I want to show you something that relates to my t-shirt here, Mickey Mouse. Of course, Kansas City has a long list of Walt Disney tie-ins. Walt Disney had his original studio here, Laugh-O-Gram Studios, which is actually over that way a couple miles, mile and a half, 2 miles, as well as Union Station, which has a tie-in as well. Walt Disney would leave his office, his 1 or 2 little room office on the top floor of a restaurant at Laugh-O-Gram Studios and walk down to Union Station to shower. He was homeless at the time. He ended up going bankrupt when he moved out to California and of course has now become the legendary Walt Disney and the Disneyland Corporation. So Walt has a major tie-in to Kansas City and to my heart as well. And also the reason I am here is because I made a promise to a friend quite some time ago to film this particular location, and now I am actually here because of that reason. Not only Walt Disney has a tie-in here, but I had a friend who used to reside here near Kansas City in a little town, I believe it was called Independence, Missouri, which is just on the outskirts of Kansas City. And every time I would actually come through Kansas City, I would have lunch with him, hang out with him. He was one of the very first people who actually started watching my videos, who started subscribing to my videos. And any of us who do YouTube videos, if you do YouTube videos and you start to gain any sort of success in any fashion at all, you always will remember the first few people who were supportive, that were on your side, that gave you ideas, that became not only someone that watched your videos, but also your friend. So this video is for you. Jason Craig, who had a YouTube channel, 66 Hell Ride. Unfortunately, Jason had ALS disease, Lou Gehrig's disease, and he passed away almost about a year ago, 6 months ago, a year ago. Very tragic. And the last time I talked to Jason on the phone, he got a hold of me and he said, I have an idea for a vlog that you could do in downtown Kansas City. He was also a fan of Walt Disney as well. Walt Disney and Disneyland and Disney World and the Disney movies and the whole ambiance that surrounds Disney fandom, if you will, knows no limits, and it knows no demographic really. Every age group, every kind of person you can think of, you cannot look at a particular person and think, that person would never enjoy the things that are Disney and the history of Disney. And the thing that's great about that is you meet friends from all over the world and the country that you have a kinship with when it comes to Disney. And Jason was no exception about that. He had this channel, 66 Hell Ride. His videos are still up. In fact, I'm going to be posting some videos down below, a couple videos that I did with him around Kansas City, as well as my memories of him when he passed away, the day after he passed away. I did a vlog specifically for him, talking about him. What was it he wanted me to show you guys here in Kansas City? Well, when Disneyland, probably going to have a hard time doing this vlog, so if I mess up any of the facts in this, please do not hold it against me. Anyway, the TWA Corporation, when Disneyland opened in 1955, Howard Hughes and Walt Disney went into a partnership together and they built the TWA Moonliner. If you are a fan of Disneyland, you realize that the Moonliner was in Tomorrowland for about 7 years, from 1955 to around 1962. When you went to Tomorrowland, you can find all kind of pictures online from the past. There was this big rocket, a 70-plus foot rocket that was the TWA Moonliner. And now there have actually been a couple Moonliners, so we're going to refer to the original TWA Moonliner as Moonliner 1. Well, here in Kansas City, the TWA Corporation existed, and they wanted to actually build a Moonliner as well, kind of as an homage to the Disneyland Moonliner. So they built a 66-foot Moonliner, which is very neat and very interesting because my friend Jason Craig, who had a YouTube channel called 66 Hell Ride, 66 foot tall, which is a very interesting coincidence. I thought about that today and it kind of made me smile. So the second Moonliner was 66 feet tall, just like Jason Craig's YouTube channel, 66 Hell Ride. And the reason he chose 66 Hell Ride for his YouTube channel is he was a big fan of traveling around and a big fan of Route 66. He loved the history of Route 66 and he loved classic cars. And I believe the Hell Ride has to do with the terminology of a classic car. So I think, I could be incorrect, but I think I remember him saying something to the effect of, that is how he got his YouTube channel name, the 66, Route 66, and the Hell Ride being the old classic cars. But how neat and exciting is it that the second Moonliner was 66 feet tall. So they took the image of the one at Disneyland, the Moonliner 1, TWA Moonliner number 1. That guy is honking because he is a fan also of Moonliners. They took the first one, which was 70-something feet tall. They made a replica here in Kansas City at the TWA Corporation, the Moonliner 2, if you will. And then there's a Moonliner 3. So if you've been at Disneyland now, they have removed the first Moonliner. They actually sold it off to another company. It was rectified and refurbished, and now it is in Kansas City in a warehouse at an airline facility. So it still exists. It's been renovated. So the first one is now kept away in that airline facility. The second one was in the airline facility. I'm getting confused. First one was at Disneyland. Second one was at the airline facility and still is here in Kansas City, removed from the original spot of the TWA Corporation. The third one just so happens to be at Disneyland. Now, currently, they have made a 22-foot tall Moonliner 3. So if you go to Disneyland, you will actually see the Moonliner 3. It's right next to Pizza Port, right next to Innoventions, which they are currently going to be remodeling and probably taking out Innoventions. But that Moonliner is up there on the second floor, kind of right next to Pizza Port, close to Space Mountain. You can see that Moonliner there. And there's a fourth one. What am I doing? A fourth one, not a third one. A fourth Moonliner, a TWA Moonliner here in Kansas City. And Jason Craig called me on the phone shortly before he passed away. It was the last conversation I had with him on the phone, and he wanted me to show you guys this. And on the phone he said, after I am gone, I would like you to do a vlog and let your viewers know just how you have let me know things. He wanted me to share this information with you. So I'm doing this for him today. I would probably at some point come through Kansas City and probably talk about this because you know I am a big Disney fan, but I wanted to come on this route, specifically come to Kansas City today because of this promise I made to him. So here is the TWA Moonliner 4, still with the awesome original Disneyland TWA colors from 1955, and it's right up there. Shunk-a-gunk-a-gunk-gunk. The TWA Moonliner 4, 22 feet on top of that building. And a lot of people that drive by here probably do not realize the significance, the Disney significance of that specific Moonliner. Now, the one at Disneyland for 7 years was sponsored by TWA. TWA was a big sponsor of Disneyland and Walt Disney's endeavors. So after that 7 years, another corporation, which is slipping my mind at the moment, took over the Moonliner and changed the name of it and repainted it. That lasted a couple more years, and then they did a new Tomorrowland at Disneyland shortly after that, and they removed the very first Moonliner. But at least when you come to Kansas City, not only can you visit Laugh-O-Gram Studios, which is just right over there a couple miles, you can also visit Union Station, where Walt Disney himself walked. Kansas City is the stomping grounds of Walt Disney. You can also stop by here and check out the TWA Moonliner 4, the last of the 4. It's on the corner of Baltimore Avenue and 18th Street. And there it is. The thing that's really awesome about this, it actually still has the paint on it. TWA Moonliner. You can see it barely. And I apologize because I am on the road and these vlogs will not be uploaded in full HD, but hopefully through the graininess of 360 or 480 DPI, you can actually see the red paint, the TWA, and then under the TWA logo, you can see where it is written, Moonliner. Just like it was at Disneyland. See the background, some of the majestic structures here in Kansas City. It's very hard to come back through a town when you had a friend that you would meet every time you would come through. I've been traveling a lot. I traveled for 3 years living in my van. 2 or 3 times I met up with my buddy here, had lunch, roamed the streets, had some good conversations, made a good friend. The beauty of these videos is the fact that you guys enjoy what I do, and the fact that people get a hold of me and they say, sometimes I cannot go out and do things and visit things, and they thank me, honestly, from the bottom of their heart for showing them things like this. And Jason Craig was no exception to that rule. He made it very clear to me the last time we talked when he said, please come film this. And of course I said, I'm going to be coming through Kansas City. Me and you together will come and film this together. And that was the last time I talked to him. But through the beauty of these vicarious vlogs, if you will, we are here together. My friend and I hope you're watching wherever you are. And I hope you're smiling right now as I'm showing what you wanted everyone to see. The TWA Moonliner. I'm going to cross the road. I promised myself I would not shed a tear during this. I'm going to try not to. I should probably end this with a moment of quietness. Please, after the vlog is done, check the links I'm going to put down below. I will put links to when him and I were hanging out in a couple of vlogs. He did a couple of vlogs. I did a couple of vlogs. I will put the vlogs that he did and I did together up down below so you can see those, as well as the little homage that I did to him. The remembrance of him when he passed away. It's pretty sad to lose a friend. I know we've all lost friends. But it's even more dramatic when it's someone that has always been supportive of you. I cannot express it enough. I know I'm rambling a lot. I really apologize that really a lot of this makes no sense. But when it's someone in my situation, when I started doing the videos, I did not have a lot of support from people. People that were close to me were not supportive. Some people were, some people weren't. And definitely people who I did not know were not very supportive at the beginning. Now I have a lot of supporters and I am truly thankful for that. But I am extra special thankful for those very few people who gave me a lot of support in the very beginning. And this is why this is so hard for me and so heartfelt for me to even be doing this and talking about this. I'm sure those emotions do not come through the video and the vlog. So that's all I want to say. I'm going to do a moment of quietness now. We're going to show the rocket, show the building, the Moonliner 4, TWA's Moonliner 4. So if you ever come to Kansas City and you see this, or if you're ever at Disneyland and you see the Moonliner 3 that is there, right next to Pizza Port, you think, oh, there's a neat little rocket there. There's a neat little rocket. just think to yourself, that means something to someone. Not only the history of who created it, but it also means something to someone else, to me, and to my friend, Jason Craig. 6-6 Hell Ride. This one's for you, buddy. Thanks for watching this vlog, everyone. I'm going to end you with this. Just remember that life is very short. We're only put here for a very short time. What we do, what we put out into the world is always going to be there. So put positivity in the world. Do not put negativity in the world. That's all I really want to say today. Thanks for watching this. Thanks for watching me. I know sometimes I can be a little over the top, which that's just kind of how I am, I guess. Being over the top. Sometimes I can be emotional, like today. But remember, we're only here for a short while. So please, positivity into the world. What you put out there is what you get back. And what you put out there and what you are remembered as is what your legacy is going to be. So make it a good one. Love you guys. Bye.